Welcome back, guys, to the last episode of the sculpting tutorial of Daniel Craig. If you guys want me to show like the texturing part or like the adding all these kind of details, let me know in the comments down below. Because today we're gonna wrap this sculpture up and it's gonna look a lot like Daniel Craig. I just thought that I will tell you guys before we begin that you can use any software to follow along with any of my tutorials, because my tutorials are all about the fundamentals. It's not about technical stuff. So you can use any software like Blender, Zbrush, Mudbox, yeah, any software you like. So let's jump right into it. Okay, so the last episode, nice. Okay, I think it's this part where I'm gonna add the eyes to begin with. Just adding some like very basic shape to the eye. You can see just adding the eye right there. Very basic. Adding a sphere, just scaling it down, and bringing it right inside of the like eyelid. Make sure that the eyelid is around the eye. So the eyelid is kind of like a curve that follows around the eyeball. So it's really important to make it look natural. So I think I'm gonna like, mine doesn't look perfect here, but it looks fine, at least. So, but make sure that you really like, it's really important that the eyelid is around the eyeball, that you get some like, I like a nice curve there, because otherwise it's gonna look like too flat. So make sure to add it, guys. Just mirror the sphere here, so I got two eyes. Then turn on symmetry so I can move around my topology at the same time. You see, now I'm just thinking, now I'm just changing the eyelid here so it matches the eye shape a little bit better. That's really important. You look at reference and trying to follow the overall like shapes of the eye. Just making sure that that little corner in the eye is like smaller, or not smaller but like thinner, because it's gonna make him look a little bit more like not older but like more like a human. It creates better like perception of size if you create all these different proportions that's next to one another. Yeah, so now you can really like see that I'm just gonna like do some very basic sculpting on the like eyeball. I added more topology. I subdivided it and just took the clay build-up brush and just doing a circle and just smoothing it out to get that very basic indication. This is not how you do like any sort of like realistic looking eyes. So if you guys want me to show you guys how to like make realistic looking eyes, or like so let me guys know in the comments down below, because it's really hard in the beginning to create nice looking eyes. Yeah, I'm just taking a look at the ear right here, changing some very basic shapes. You can see it's starting more and more to look like Daniel Craig. I'm just going around the sculpture, making sure that it looks good from every single angle. I just making sure. I can like, here I'm gonna add some very subtle changes, but the subtle changes add up and create a big difference in the end, at the end result, kinda. Yeah, I'm just adding that bone structure with nose there very subtly, but just to indicate that I know that it's anatomically a bone structure right there. So I'm just adding that to make sure that it looks more like a human being. I'm here I'm just changing some shapes of the ear, making sure that it looks nice. Yeah, very basic, but all these small changes Really important, guys. Oh, yeah, I'm just changing a little bit of the eye shape. Yeah, it's just looking around, making all these like very subtle changes. I know it takes a lot of time to just make all these subtle changes, but it's really important, guys. So make sure to prepare it to reference, because that's what I'm doing right now. So really have a lot of reference at your side, as you should have not right now, because we have like done like 4 episodes. But if you're not done it, added reference yet, be sure to add a lot of reference. I'm using PureRef to add references. Let's go to the next pre-recorded clip that I have done. Yeah, right here. Yeah, we added the eyes. So yeah, and the reason I pre-record is because it needs to look like Daniel Craig in the end. So if it didn't look like Daniel Craig in the end, in a like short enough amount of time, it would be really like annoying for you guys to get like too many episodes, or that it didn't even look like Daniel Craig in the end. So that's why I pre-recorded it. Gonna sculpt some very basic hair, just to see if it looks a little bit more like Daniel Craig with the hair. So I just took a sphere and just scaled it up, and just using move brush to change the shape and to create some very basic hair. It don't need to look like pretty or anything. It's just an indicator where I want like to add like real hair later on, more realistic looking hair, to see if the head match, or if I need to make some changes to overall like head shape. And of course I'm using reference here as well. Make sure to get the ear, hair behind the ear right there, because yeah, that's how it looks on humans. You see I'm just very carefully changing the shape, trying to make it look more and more like a hair shape. You can see how the hair shape really helps with the overall character. You can see that right there especially. Makes a huge difference. Now I'm just using symmetry just to get the basic shapes down, but I'm gonna add some asymmetry on the hair in this part, because this is the last like real sculpting part. If you guys didn't want me if you guys didn't want me to show you how you can sculpt like details, as I said before, comment down below if you like that. Just making some really small adjustments to the overall hair shape, making sure it's this like forehead shape, making sure that triangle sticks out a little bit from the side, because it has a triangle. Sorry guys, I'm tired. Now everything is symmetrical. No, it's not symmetrical. And now I'm asymmetrical stuff, just adding some more topology. That's making sure that his hair is towards the side. And sculpting in the hair and making sure that those like hairline is a little bit more like square. I think the overall shape's starting to look pretty good out now actually, at the hair as the basic shapes. This is not like a refined sculpt of the hair at all. So yeah. I'm just using the standard brush to just carve in and inverting it to like extrude out some like basic hair structure shape. Yeah, it's I wouldn't this hair is very rough, so just feel free to try different methods, guys. See, I'm playing around with different methods because I'm not really sure how to sculpt hair. I haven't done a lot of hair before. I started using like X Gen to make hair. Yeah, but you see all these like small little shape changes adding up, and it starts to become like a hair. Just like make sure that hair is protruded outwards a little bit like that, so his Craig has that like hair when his hair is like fixed like this, sticks out a little bit. The back doesn't really matter because it's not going to be seen, or at least not right now. But I'm just using the clay bullet brush to just carve in at the bottom to make it look more like the hair is becoming shorter and shorter towards bottom of the like back of the head. Yeah, that's how you say it. So it's starting to look way more like Daniel Craig with the hair. You can really see like now it starts to look like James Bond. Just make a huge difference. It's really important, guys. So make sure to add some like just indication at least for the hair. Do not need to be super precise. You see, it's very rough my hair that I created, but it just helps a lot. Just changing the wrinkles a little bit, but you see, I'm trying to see if I like the wrinkles more like downwards like that. Trying to make the curve a little bit more like clear. Make sure to play around with that like curve that he has with the wrinkles right there. I'm just looking from all the different angles. And just continues to look from all different kind of angles. Just make sure to look from the bottom, or from the like bottom, from the top, all these different angles, from above, from underneath. All these angles to really make sure that the sculpture looks real nice. I can see here now it's starting to look like Dan Craig more and more. I think the likeness is pretty much there now, guys. And this sculpture haven't taken too long. I think it's like 4th hour or something like that, so it's not too bad. But likeness takes a long time, so if this is your first time doing likeness, take your time. Really don't like rush it. But now I'm just adding some small like wrinkles at the bottom of the eyes here. Making sure that like fold underneath the eye is really clear and really like indicated. Making sure the wrinkles are sharp. Making sure that the area is a little bit deeper and a little bit of noise as well. And making sure that everything is looking alright. Yeah, but I think the overall sculpture is starting to look like really great out now actually. Okay, you can kind of like see I'm just adding more wrinkles. Very subtle shapes, adding them one after another. Fold right there. Changing the size of my brush to just be able to tweak smaller changes with the move brush. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm super tired. Yeah, I'm just adding more and more subtle shapes and just looking around the model to make sure that it looks great from every single possible angle. But I know I want my like a picture from the front, so it's most important the front looks really good. So I'm putting most of my time at the front, as you can see. I knew that I wanted to like post this as a time lapse, so I made sure to save all my undo history, because I wanted to very quickly just show a time lapse in like 30 seconds or something like that, erasing some volume behind the ear, making sure that the like subsurface can get through. You can of course take a way longer time than what I'm doing right here, and really like making those shapes behind the ear really look really nice, because now it's just doing it a little bit quickly. Yeah, so make sure that you find references and just create a better shape behind the ear than I'm doing right here. But I'm just carving the overall shape in. Yeah, now I'm just gonna like change the basic shape there, making that like a part of the ear a little bit smaller, because it's gonna make his ear look better proportionally, look more like an adult instead of more like childish ears. So be sure to really play around with different proportions. Like on the face here, I'm smoothing out, and that's not really a good idea, but just seeing if I like it more smooth out or not. I'm just trying a lot of different stuff. That's really important that you try a lot of different stuff, guys. Don't know. I think he's pretty much done here, guys. Yeah, I would definitely call him done here. Okay, so hope you like this like tutorial series of how to sculpt Daniel Craig. I hope you got a really nice looking sculpture at the end. I hope you learned something when you watched this kind of episode from me. If you do like them and want to see more content like this, please subscribe and like this video and share it. And please give me like some critique on how I can help you guys understand or teach you more clearly. If something you like me to change, so comment down below. And of course, comment down below on like how to if you wanted like, no, not comment down below, but if you wanted a critique on your artwork that you have done with the help of my tutorials, follow me on Instagram and send me some images. My name is Sculpture for Life on Instagram as well. So make sure to send me some images on your like artwork that you have made with the help of my tutorials, and I would love to help you critique them, and we will critique them on YouTube right here. So I hope you like this tutorial series. It was a lot of fun to teach you guys, and if you want more episodes on Daniel Craig, like skin pores and texturing and shading, all these kinds of stuff, comment down below. And that was everything I had to say. So I wish you have a nice day, and goodbye.